Hello everyone, everything good? Today we are going to talk about an increasingly common disease in people's daily lives. The Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's is a neurodegenerative disease that can also be called Alzheimer's disease. This is a disease with evolution, and the patient who is diagnosed with it gradually loses certain functions of the brain, such as those that deal with their memory, their linguistic abilities, their abstract thinking ability, and even your ability to take care of yourself. What is Alzheimer's disease? Alzheimer's is a neurodegenerative disease, also called Alzheimer's disease. This is a disease with evolution, and the patient who is diagnosed with it gradually loses certain functions of the brain, such as those that deal with their memory, their language skills, their abstract thinking ability, and even the ability to take care of yourself. Overall, the progression of Alzheimer's can take 8 to 12 years. This happens because there is a problem in the brain related to protein processing. If before these proteins were used and eliminated properly, now their remains are between neurons. Because they are toxic, these pieces of protein end up causing neurons to stop working correctly. Depending on the region of the brain where the neuron stops acting, the patient starts to lose certain functions. If this happens in the hippocampus, for example, it is the patient's memory that is affected. This is a disease characterized as chronic, because those who receive their diagnosis live with it on a daily basis. There is no cure for Alzheimer's, but medications can be used to treat certain symptoms, such as aggression. In addition, it can develop into another condition, such as dementia. Alzheimer's is named after the German neurologist Alois Alzheimer, who was the first physician to describe the pathology, with its symptoms and details. Who can suffer from Alzheimer's? In general, Alzheimer's affects older patients, and those under 65 can also have the disease. In such cases, the condition is called early Alzheimer's. What is early Alzheimer's? Early Alzheimer's is the term used to designate patients under 65 years of age who begin to show some of the symptoms of the early stages of Alzheimer's disease. What are the causes of Alzheimer's? There are some existing hypotheses, ranging from enzyme and protein deficiency to exacerbated exposure to aluminum and other chemical products, which end up being deposited in the brain. However, the causes of Alzheimer's disease are still uncertain. Is Alzheimer's hereditary? Alzheimer's is not hereditary, but some early cases can pass from generation to generation, requiring more active and energetic monitoring of these patients. What are the stages of Alzheimer's disease? Because it is a degenerative disease whose symptoms tend to get worse as time goes by, doctors have divided the evolution of Alzheimer's into 4 different stages, to allow better monitoring of the patient. To learn more about the 4 stages of Alzheimer's, read the symptoms section of this article. What are the symptoms of Alzheimer's disease? Alzheimer's symptoms are separated by stages, as the stages of the disease involve different clinical conditions. The first stage, in general, is also when the first symptoms appear. At this stage, the patient may demonstrate memory impairment, even for activities that just happened. Learning difficulty. Get lost in familiar locations. Difficulty making decisions. Loss of interest in activities that were previously pleasurable. Mood swings. Change in personality. Changes in visual and spatial abilities. In the second stage of Alzheimer's, the patient has difficulty speaking, ceases to be able to live alone, may hallucinate. You can get lost even indoors. Constantly repeats the same questions. Presents aggressiveness. Has motor coordination problems, which lead to difficulties in performing simple tasks. Has constant agitation. The third stage of Alzheimer's can include urinary and fecal incontinence, difficulty eating and swallowing, inappropriate behavior in public, not being able to understand what happens around you, resistance in carrying out daily activities, motor impairment, including difficulty walking and using a wheelchair. The fourth stage of Alzheimer's is considered the terminal stage, and in this stage, the individual may present mutism, not recognizing family, friends, or known objects, Bed restriction due to complete movement difficulties. Constant infections. How is Alzheimer's treated? There is no cure for the disease and, generally speaking, medicines for Alzheimer's are indicated to aid in the patient's survival gain, delaying the appearance of new symptoms or using medications to alleviate them. To know which medications to use to ease the symptoms of Alzheimer's, you need to consult a doctor. How to prevent Alzheimer's disease? Maintaining a balanced and healthy diet, consistently practicing age-appropriate physical activity and avoiding smoking and alcoholism, as well as treating and preventing cardiovascular conditions such as diabetes, high cholesterol and hypertension can help prevent Alzheimer's disease. In addition, keeping the brain active at all times, doing crosswords or cognitive tests of logical reasoning, also helps. It is important to observe the importance of social interaction, exchanges with friends and family, and effective bonds. This balance is important not only for preventing Alzheimer's disease, but also for mental health in old age. Thanks for watching our videos. I hope you're enjoying it. And don't forget to leave your like and subscribe to the Healthy Habits channel.